Hello and welcome to another stream of Outlast to celebrate its 10th anniversary as part of Rod-Legion-Ween. Hey there, Spectrum. Welcome. Are you first? On my end, you are. You were the first commenter, yes. Hey, Keone. How's things going? Spectrum, you are my reward for waking up pre-dawn with a massive headache. Sorry to hear that you've woken up with a massive headache. Spectrum, that really sucks. I hope that you get some relief from it soon. Definitely not something that you want to wake up with. That's for damn sure. Keone, Outlast 1 or 2, which is scarier? I'm probably the worst person to ask based on scary factor because I don't get scared by horror movies or games anymore. So personally, the scare aspect of things is a non-issue. I still get caught by jump scares sometimes, but my only reaction to those is a jolt physically. I never get vocal or anything with jump scares. Like if a jump scare happens, I might shake a quick like jolt, but I don't go oh my god or anything like that. Um, but yeah, when it comes to horror stuff, I focus more on other aspects to judge, like the atmosphere and all that kind of stuff. And it's a bit hard with these two games, Outlast 1 and 2, because um, while Outlast 2 has elements of Outlast 1, Outlast 2 definitely has a lot more stuff in it that's different in terms of like the type of horror. So this one is more like a jump scare, roller coaster ride, haunted house type scenario thing, where there's jump scares throughout. There's moments of like suspense, but generally it's a lot more sort of like a Jack in the Box type of thing. Whereas Outlast 2 has some of that stuff, but it also goes for a more concentrated psychological horror angle where it's more about making the player question whether or not they're seeing things or question what's going on, really get under their skin psychologically. A lot of the themes that are in it, are very, messed up and stuff like that too. Spectrum, you can't remember the game, lol. Oh, you mean this one? Yeah, yeah. This game, I didn't play it when it came out. In fact, I didn't actually play it until I got an Xbox One in 2016. However, I had actually seen it being played before that point, and it was one of those situations where I watched the playthrough, and even though I knew what happened at the end of the game, I still enjoyed playing it when I finally got around to it myself. So I really like Outlast. I think it's a great game. Hey there, Sheila. Welcome on in. It's going good, thank you. Things are going well. How's your week going? I hope it's going good so far. Hey, Brutus, thank you so much for the welcome back. Welcome back to you as well. Keone, Outlast 1 atmosphere is something else. It really is. Yeah, they do have a lot more of a concentrated effort to make it more like suspense, but also keep you on the edge of your toes and not exactly knowing what's behind the next corner. Obviously, if you've played the game before and you remember, then you'll know. But for those who are playing it for the first time, um, the game does a variety of different kind of jump scares. Some is audio based, but others can just be visual. Like earlier, in the playthrough, there was a light fixture that fell from the ceiling, but it didn't make a noise when it fell. But there was a change in light that grabbed my attention, and it made me look, and then saw that the light fixture was hanging down. So sometimes they do jump scares that are attempts at doing it without sound, just to make it a visual thing. Oh, you have a day off today, Sheila. That's excellent. That's really cool. I hope the day goes extra slow then, since you're having a day off. So far, I've collected 9 documents. The focus for this first part of the celebration, to celebrate this game's 10th anniversary, is getting all the documents. Notes are what the main character makes when they see things with their camera, and you can read them. But my main priority is getting the documents, which are actual folders that you find about the place and you pick them up. So they're the ones that I'm really focusing in on. If I also get all the notes, that'll work out well. But it won't be a thing where, oh, I missed some notes, better restart the game then. It's not going to be like that. So I'm using a guide to make sure that I get all the documents that I possibly can. So these are the ones that we've collected so far. And we're only really in chapter 2. So still a fair bit of game to do. And what I'm also doing is when there's music, I'm actually stopping to listen to it. And if it loops, then I'll move on, or go on mute on my mic and talk and stuff. Or if the music stops. But I'm doing that too as part of the playthrough. Unfortunately, you can't separate the music volume from the rest because all of the volumes are tied to the one. The sound effects, dialogue, and music is all on the one volume. Originally, I was going to do a music-only playthrough of this game, but it's not possible for me to isolate the music on its own. So I had to abandon doing that. And then the second playthrough I'll be doing to celebrate the 10th anniversary is on insane mode. Just make sure that the video guide I'm looking at is current with where I am. Dr. Wernicke death certificate. Excellent. We'll just have a look at the video and just see where the next one is. Spectrum, speaking of jump scares, yesterday morning your husband said, "Hey," and you woke up with a start, but he was lying there sound asleep, softly snoring. So what was that, an auditory hallucination? That would have been freaky, actually, to actually experience. I think, I don't know, because for example, I've had dreams where before I wake up, my eyes are open, but my mind doesn't realize I'm actually awake for a split second, and I can still, hear something that I was dreaming about. But yeah, I don't know. Unless that was something like that you experienced, I'm not too sure. That sound like Arnie lol. Someone should do a dubbing of this game and have like different things that Arnold Schwarzenegger says in his movies. This is a note about total security. I can't shake Chris Walker, the big ugly fucker who likes ripping off people's heads. I hear him muttering about security protocols, containment. What if he's not the problem? What if he's trying to fix it? This is a very good point. Chris Walker is obsessed with security. He used to actually be a soldier, and he worked and operated in Afghanistan. And he's obsessed with keeping things contained and security and all that kind of stuff. This is a spoiler, and spoilers are okay to talk about because I've got a spoiler tag on the stream. Spoiler for Chris Walker, but he dies at the end protecting Miles. But whether it's intentional or not intentional is up to the player, I guess. But in a way, Chris Walker actually helps Miles. Ultimately, and this is another spoiler, Miles dies at the end, so it's only a temporary saving of him. But you could look at it as Chris Walker, sacrificing himself to protect Miles, even though he's been trying to kill Miles at the same time. But yeah, it's a bit of a complex kind of thing. Even though the main priority in this playthrough is to get the documents, if I do get notes, which are when you film with the camera, certain things, I will actually still read the notes. But the main priority is getting the documents. I forgot that in this game, if you're actually crouched, holding down the button that sprints and move while you're crouched doesn't make Miles automatically stand up and start running. But playing on normal difficulty, you can take a couple of hits at least before you actually die. And your health does regenerate after a while too. I won't have that luxury though when I play on insane mode, because on insane mode it'll probably be one hit kills, at least from Chris Walker, if not regular enemies too. And in insane mode, if you die at any point, you have to restart the game from the start. There's no checkpoints or saves. Spectrum was freaky for sure, made you wonder if it was some kind of side effect. Well, that's the other thing too. because if you're taking any medication, like I don't know what side effects could happen with that in terms of those types of things. They changed this in Outlast 2, but if you come across a door and there's no prompt to open it, then you know that it's a door that you can't go through.
August 9th, September 45. What do we bring home? What do we use it for? God! May 1st, 1945, but it's already too late. May 1st, 1945, but it's already too late. April 1940, June 22nd. August 9th.
Alright, so this audio is starting to loop and all that kind of stuff.
What do we use it for?
It's a bit hard in this game sometimes to get each individual character's dialogue because they're programmed to speak at the same time, which of course means the subtitles, if you're trying to read the subtitles, will keep changing depending on which character the game decides subtitles for should appear. Plus you've got this character who follows you around, who, while he is in a straitjacket, he can still annoy you, I think. Let's stop and see if he does anything. Doesn't seem to.
April 1940, June 22nd, 2nd, August 6th, August 9th, September 45. What do we bring home? What do we use it for? December 1945. May 1st, 1945, but it's already too late. April 1940, June 22nd, 1940. May 2nd, August 6th, August 9th, September 45. What do we bring home? What do we use it for? December May 1st, 1945, but it's already too late. Nurse! I'm gonna need some help getting clean. Nurse! What's the experiment? The dead will roar on the living. I get your hint. It's still happening. The experiment is still happening.
Mini Sumo, thank you so much for the follow. The doctor told me once that if you showed a caveman our technology, he would think it was magic, and that if you showed modern man magic, he would think it was technology. I really like that quote, because it's true. If we showed someone in, let's say, the year 1128, a mobile phone, and showed them what it could do, they would possibly think we were using magic. But if we actually showed someone in the year 2023 magic, they would think that there was some kind of technology or other thing at work to make it look like what they were seeing was actually happening. So the document that we picked up was Dr. Wernicke obituary. Obituary from the denvereagle.com. Obituaries. Rudolph G. Wernicke. Dr. Rudolph G. Wernicke, aged 90, passed away doing the work he loved on February 28, 2009. He was born in 1918 in Munich, Germany, and achieved fame in the mathematic and scientific communities for a paper written with early computing pioneer Alan Turing. After a cloudy history with the German war effort, he emigrated to the United States in 1949 with a visa from the State Department. Several decades of government research in Los Alamos led to New Mexico, where Dr. Wernicke retired to pursue landscape photography and care for his cats. He came to Colorado shortly after the turn of the millennium to pursue charitable work for the Murkoff Corporation. A statement from the company calls Dr. Wernicke a true humanitarian with a generous spirit. He leaves no survivors. Just want to check the guide I'm using to see where the next document is. And it would seem that in this chapter, that's the last document. So they've numbered that one 10. So far, I just want to check I've gotten them all up to this point. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Excellent.
What the fuck? You just made us look in our own reflections. Made us wish you pushed our hands on them and made us dread. Go your fucking self.
This isn't... This isn't a playthrough to try and hear all the dialogue in this game, but there have been some points where I have wanted to listen to something that might have been cut off. But I'm not going to worry about doing that too many times. So I don't know what dialogue was going to be said by the guy before he hit us, but I'll just let that slide. Hey there, Lucinda. Good morning to you. How did things go with your training? Or do you have... That's right. Because what time would it be for you now? Is it 10 a.m. yet for you? Because I think it was 10 or 11. But hope you're going well so far this morning. And Outlast is coming along well. Taking a bit longer because I decided to actually listen to music until it stops or until it loops whenever I come across some. Plus I'm reading the documents as well, which was something I was going to do originally anyway. But I thought I'd stop and listen to the music when I can, even though there's other sounds happening. Because I thought, damn it, I still want to be able to get the music in there somehow, so I thought I'd do it that way. Listen, though, you're doing all right. Your training is at 9 a.m. and it's 6:12. Ah, I gotcha. So you got about just under 3 hours. Cool. So you go for that a bit later. Awesome. Well, that's good that you're doing well for the start of the day. That's excellent. Alright, so the note that was made. Wall Rider. The word Wall Rider is all over this place. Murkoff was running an experiment here called Project Wall Rider, but the patients talk about the Wall Rider like it's a physical presence, a spirit or demon, something they found in the mountain. I'd chalk it up to schizophrenic delusion, but I just saw something. Maybe. Maybe it was a glitch in the camera, or maybe this place getting to me. Just to reiterate, it doesn't matter if I miss any of the notes. I'm mainly concerned with the documents. The notes are when you're filming something and Miles will actually make a note about it. I'm still reading those when I actually get them, but if I miss any, I'm not going to restart the playthrough to go back and get them. The thing about this game, though, is that you, if you like, I think it doesn't save all the documents that you might have found when you start a new run, or when you start, or you go back in a chapter or something. There's something like that anyway with it. But the priority is actually the documents, which are the folders that you find in the game. I love the timing of the yell, just as the other vocals were actually fading out. or in the process of stopping. I don't know if that music little thing happened because I moved. No. I was going to say, when I actually was moving the camera at the light, that's when that little sort of like thing happened in the music. But then I heard it as I was talking. So it's something that just automatically happens. Would have been cool though if that sound only happened if you actually looked at the light. If you're ever going to do a horror game, you must have a sewer type level. It's kind of like a rule of horror games, at the very least. Need to have one. There has to be a sewer somewhere. Hello there, Georgie. You want a balloon? What I like about this is that from this distance, it looks like there's an eye at the end of this tunnel. The pupil of the eye is on the bottom as if it's looking down. And then, of course, you got the rest of the eye, and then the end of the tunnel is shaped like around the eye socket. Just having a look where the next document will be. Boo! Hey Jonas, how's it going? Oh, that's great, Jonas, that you're going not too badly. I'm doing well. Things are going good. Started doing this playthrough earlier. This is the second stream of it. Took a break and then came back. Hey there, Viper. Good day to you as well, dude. How's things? The document that we just picked up is the Gospel of Sand. Anakin hates this. Found scrawled in pencil on the back of an admittance form, handwriting matches samples from patient Father Martin Archambault. This God is real. What we've mistaken so long for ghosts, spirits, madness, we were only willfully ignorant. The scales on Saul's eyes were fear, and when you see beyond it, you truly see. This is the gift of the wall rider, the gospel of sand. The greatest sin in the world is willful ignorance of God, to receive a revelation and not spread it to the waiting flock. This place, to stand in the way of salvation, is a sin for which there is no punishment too great. Oh, that's excellent, Viper. Glad to hear that things are going great. Things are going well for me too, having a good week so far. It's been good to jump into these horror games to celebrate Horror Month, and also to do a playthrough of this game to celebrate its 10th anniversary, because this is one of my favorite horror games. Pure quality paint. I like how they do several kind of things to try and make it really difficult to see where someone might be with night vision on your camera by having like lighted areas like this, but also having like fog in the air as well. Really helps make it so that it adds a bit of difficulty visually for some of the stuff. another example of jump scares in this game. Using the sounds of the water dripping and the actual music that you can hear as kind of like a bit of a distraction. And if you are going through here without the night vision on, which I don't know how many players would have done that, it would be a really effective jump scare too, because this just sprays out gas. And even having the night vision goggle on, you can't 100% make out that that's actually a valve there in terms of like the handle of it. And then you go past and then kind of thing.
You don't have to be scared of me. I can tell we're the same. You still know it's real. The doctor's dead. You know that, right? Dr. Wernicke died before he even started working here. What kind of experiments does a dead doctor perform on living patients? That's the question.
The doctor is dead. The patients know Dr. Wernicke is dead. One asks me, what kind of experiments does a dead doctor perform on living patients? What is Project Wall Rider? Spectrum, well, you won't go hungry in that tunnel. Lots of yummy looking tripe laying out to dry. Shudder. Yeah. You'd have to be really, 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 10 minutes later, really, really desperate to eat that stuff. Spectrum, sometimes you worry about yourself.
Get back! Get back! Get back!
Get back. It hurts. Get back. Revenge, is it? Get back. Revenge, is it? Get revenge, is it? Back. It hurts. Revenge, is it? Get back. Icky, 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 patang, boings. Indeed, Lucinda. It hurts. My arm. You'd almost do a drinking game with that in Assassin's Creed Syndicate. Oh shit. I looked at the video guide to see where the document was, the next one I had to get, and I've actually gone past where the document is. So I don't know where the checkpoint was the last time. But no doubt, I can't backtrack. Let's see where it puts me. Of course, it puts me here. Alright, so what I need to do is make note of which which document it was that I missed. And I won't be finishing the playthrough today. So what I'll do is start a new game from the start off stream, and then make sure that I can actually get it, and then read it on stream. As long as it's still in the playthrough, that's fine. She'll just pretend it didn't happen, if only. But I'm very, very strict with my rules I set up for my games. It was in that area where there's a lot of darkness and you're in the water, and you climb up. Like, I went through the gate that was like the little opening that you have to duck through, but I was supposed to go to the right first and then jump up and climb and go around and get the document there. The game won't let you actually go back into the game with chapters, unfortunately. Alright, so that was document 12 that I missed, which was called Still Bleeding.
Get back! Get back!
Yeah, listen to that part in Syndicate is pretty silly. My arm, it hurts. A feast for flies. I thought this sewer couldn't smell any worse. Hundreds of bodies crammed into a room. Thousands of flies. Is this the priest's way out? Hey there, Mr. Goethe. How's things going? Alright, quite a combination of different bits of music and also dialogue and stuff like that. Alright, so this is the document that we just picked up. Project Walrider Cost Report. Patient Status Report by Rick Traeger. This patient also unfortunately didn't make it. I tried my best, but I'm just a doctor, not a miracle worker, and I'm pretty new to this whole doctor thing, so I'm still working out all the kinks. Anywho, somebody's got to cut the fat from this Project Walrider disaster. We've been bleeding money ever since this thing went tits up on account of that Billy kid. But I've managed to slim back personnel by more than 80 people, which means short-term savings in salary and long-term savings in pension and healthcare costs. And I've been figuring out a lot about biology. I was on the fence about it before, but now I can say with absolute certainty that a person can't live without his kidneys. You learn something new every day.
You slippery little whore! Oh, fuck!
Who's down there? You're not one of them, are you? Quick, get in the dumbwaiter if you want to live.
You made the right choice here, buddy. Hey, you're that bullshit priest's guy, aren't you? As a witness or whatever, you must be exhausted. Well, let's take a break, huh, buddy? The old 2-martini lunch? Have a little confab, blah, blah. Heavier than you look. A little cardio wouldn't kill you. Okay, here we go, arms and legs inside the car at all times. You know, I love the mountain air up here at night. You want to head out and take a stroll? Go ahead, I'll wait here. Go on, run free. I'm in no hurry. No? All right. Nose to the grindstone, I like that. Okay then, right this way. We're putting that tongue to any use anyway. Truth be told, I was just tired of looking downstairs. Here we are then. Thanks so much for coming by. We'll begin your consultation in a moment. We'll just need a second to wash up and, movies. And it'll give us a chance to talk. You know, I'm a bit worried how much time you've been spending with Father Martin. I hope you haven't been letting him confuse you with all this holier-than-thou Bible thumping. No offense to the man, but I sometimes worry he might just be a little bit crazy. It's understandable. When people get scared, they just like to turn to God as anything else. I mean, God died with the gold standard. We're on to a more concrete faith now. You have to rob Paul to pay Peter. There's no other way. Murder is the simplest form, but what happens when all money's gone? Well, money becomes a matter of faith. And that's what I'm here for. To make you believe. You paying attention? Don't pass that on me. There's still a lot for you to absorb. There. Better now, right? You understand how we cheat here? We made the consumer into the means of production. This thing is gonna sell itself.
Maxie, sorry about taking a while to get to your message. Thank you so very much for the 23 months in a row. Nice, almost 2 years. Absolutely, dude. It's crazy to think how quickly time can go. That's awesome. Thank you so very much for the 24 months of subscription. The 23, sorry. I am doing well, Maxi. Things are going really good, thanks, dude. I'm having a good week so far, and it's been good to get to this game again. Been looking forward to doing a 10th anniversary celebration for it. You finally got the AC Mirage Collector's Edition delivered today. So excited to play it. Got to lurk due to work, but have an awesome stream. Thank you so much, Maxi. I definitely will. Thank you for leaving the lurk too. Muchly appreciated. And that's great that you got it too, as well. So the 5th is coming up really close. So that was cool that you're able to get it delivered today. That's excellent, dude. Harbinger the Krauser fight was epic. Yeah. Yeah, I remember being curious about how they're going to do that in the remake of RE4. So that's good that you enjoyed it. Here we have met Traeger. This document, Project Wallrider Cost Report, was written by Rick Traeger, the guy that we just met. And he's not actually a surgeon. Not initially. He decided to become one, though. But yeah, this was the document that we grabbed, that I read, that was related to him, because he wrote it. And he's another character in this game that's voiced by someone who's been a prominent actor in the Assassin's Creed series as well, Alex Ivanovich. If anyone's played the Dark Pictures Little Hope game, he's also in that as well. He plays multiple characters. He plays one character named John. There was another character that he played as well, James, in that game.
Just like him. Like Traeger. And he got the gene and he's still alive. Sealed with Wernicke's Lakers. He worked so well. He can control it. And you can't control it. Nobody. He'll find you. He'll kill you. He's coming now. Traeger!
I see what's happening. You're bored. You want a little attention. Perfectly understandable. I'm here for you. I'll give you very special attention.
Really? You aren't gonna walk on me? If there's one thing I cannot goddamn stand, it's a quitter! Come on!
All right, you can figure this out. Let's solve some problems.
Dr. Rick Traeger. Traeger, sick fucker cut my fingers off, has tortured and mangled dozens of patients. I watch him murder another one. Nothing I can do about it. Talks like a white-collar business school douchebag. Probably has a set of golf clubs in the trunk of his Audi. I bet the rest of my fingers he was Murkoff brass before whatever's infected this place changed him. I want out of this place. I want my fucking fingers back. I want to see Traeger die. Listen to Traeger, put your damn pants on, boy. Oh wait, that would be Tom Anderson. I've only seen little bits and pieces of that show for as long as it's been going on, King of the Hill, but that's cool that there's a quote that you could appropriate for this character.
Hold up there, buddy.
Corporate lunch, golden parachute. Where are the survivors? Where are the sharks? Are you jealous of war? I should have got it here.
Hey there, hippie. How's things been going? They call it the Rod-Legion season. You know it's here when the wind starts brewing slightly cold, and there's a strong indication of Arnie's absence by the refraction of the environment. Welcome on in. How's things been, hippie? And indeed, we are also celebrating the 10th anniversary of this game. doing a couple of different playthroughs with different goals in mind. This first one is playing through and collecting all the documents. Unfortunately, there's one that I've missed. So what I need to do is when I end this stream, I need to start the game from the start again and then replay the game, get the documents that I already collected again, because it resets it, and then collect the one that I missed, and then play back up to wherever I get up to before this stream ends, and then continue the rest of the playthrough from wherever I leave off and read the note that I missed, the document that I missed. And then the second playthrough is playing on the hardest mode, where if you die, you have to start at the start of the game again. You get no saves or checkpoints. Hippie, you're good? You're just going through your day? Oh, that's excellent. Glad to hear that you're doing well. Do you prefer this Outlast or Outlast 2? It's actually a good question. Outlast 1 and Outlast 2 might share a lot of the same stuff in terms of like jump scares and all that kind of stuff. But I feel that Outlast 2 also adds a lot more psychological horror to the proceedings, and so the game is also about getting under your skin and making you question what you're seeing, but also make you think about it long after you've closed the game down and messed with your head. And there's a lot of stuff in that game that is really, really messed up. And it's not about necessarily solely messed up physical things that you see, but there's also a lot of documents in that game which are really, really fucked up. And so the focus in Outlast 2 is more of a psychological horror, while still keeping the same sort of like elements of this one. And having said all that, I can't decide which one I prefer over the two, because while they're both part of the same franchise, obviously, and they both share the same kind of elements, there's just enough in Outlast 2 to make it different enough from this one where it's hard for me to decide. It's like movies such as Alien vs. Aliens, or Terminator 1 versus Terminator 2. I can't decide out of those movies whether I like Terminator 1 or 2 the best, or Alien or Aliens the best. So it's the same with Outlast 1 and 2. So I really, really like both games a lot.
Kill me! Go ahead, fucker!
Hey, nobody likes a quitter. Hold up there, buddy. I'll be right with you.
Alright, so we've grabbed the dialogue of those 3 patients. There was some dialogue that the subtitles disappeared for from Traeger, which I was hoping to hear again, but I'll let that slide.
Hold up there, buddy. I'll be right with you. Come on. We're not... Hey there, Lidus. Thanks for redeeming the ki ma 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 from Friday the 13th. My impression of it anyway. How's things going, Lidus? Welcome on in, dude. Yeah, Chris Walker's a little bit like that. He's like, little pig, let me in. Yeah, I'm doing great, Lidus. Things are going really well. I'm having a good day and having a great time with this game. Been looking forward to celebrating its 10th anniversary, and I figured that I would wait until October to do it. The other redeems disappeared. Exactly. Yeah. What I'm going to be doing moving forward is only having certain redemptions available for certain games. So Assassin's Creed related ones will only be available when I'm streaming Assassin's Creed. Horror movie quotes are only going to be active when I'm doing horror games. There's some changes I want to make with the impressions and all that kind of stuff as well. But I just want to make things a bit more laser focused in terms of like what content I'm doing and what redemptions are redeemed and all that kind of stuff.
So yeah, that's what I'm doing with that. We play the RE games for Halloween. The only one I can fit in at the moment is the original Resident Evil 2. I want to do a playthrough celebrating its 25th anniversary. But I'm very tight for time with this month because I don't know if I'm going to be able to do Directive 8020, which is throwing a spanner in the works because I wanted to do Until Dawn, Man of Medan, Little Hope, House of Ashes, The Devil in Me, Directive 8020, and The Quarry as a supermassive marathon. But since they haven't announced the release date for Directive 8020 yet, and we're in October already, I dare say it's either going to be next month or next year when we actually get that game. So it's put a spanner in my works with doing that. So the only games that are actually locked in are Alan Wake and Outlast, Silent Hill 3 to celebrate its 20th anniversary, and Resident Evil 2 Original to celebrate its 25th. I'm doing 2 playthroughs of Alan Wake, so I've already done one. Then I'm doing Control and the DLC related to Alan Wake for that, and then Alan Wake 2 as well. Request for reassignment. From David Annapurna to hresources.us@murkoffcorp.lu. Subject, request for reassignment. To whom it may concern. This is my 3rd time asking for reassignment after 2 months without an answer. I don't want to work at Mount Massive anymore. I have been an orderly my entire adult life, but have never experienced such a consistent level of secrecy and disrespect. I even have suspicions that some of the patients may be being abused. I know personally of 2 of them who have been moved to the basement ward and never returned. If I don't get an answer to this email, I will be forced to resign, and may very well consider contacting the press. Thanks for your time, David Annapurna. I'm sure that he doesn't live anymore. But it sounds like a spam phishing email address. Yeah, it does a little bit, doesn't it, actually? There is a document, sorry, that I've actually missed. So what I need to do is, when I end this stream, I need to restart the game from the start, because I can't go back into chapters and replay parts that I've already gone past to get things that I've missed. If you miss any documents, you have to start the game from the start again. If you want to collect them all, because there's several points where the game won't let you backtrack to collect them. So there's one document that I need to get. So what I need to do is, wherever I finish the stream at, I need to start a new game from scratch. I'll do it off stream, get all the documents again that I've already gotten, and then make sure I pick up the one that I missed on stream. And then when I stream this next, show the document on stream that I actually missed, and then continue on from wherever I get up to at the end of this stream. Lucinda, I may consider going to the press. And he was never heard from again, least of all by the press. Exactly, Lucinda, yeah. And this is what gets me. It's like, now granted, in this situation too, even if they hadn't sent that message, eventually, if they have been able to contact the press, Murkoff would have been able to do something to stop them. But the thing about this kind of stuff, and there's a part in Assassin's Creed Brotherhood where you do one of the truth puzzles, Subject 16 puzzles, and there's this dude who rings up because he sees something weird on his television, and it talks about biometric data and all this type of stuff about him and his family. So he rings up to complain about that. Anyway, he gets a knock on the door and someone comes and kills him from Abstergo, right? The thing that I take away from those examples is, if in real life you want to be a whistleblower to a company or whoever, don't send them a message telling them what you're going to do. You might still face repercussions from them even if you don't tell them what to do, but I don't think you should tell them what you're going to do. It's like when people say to someone, I'm going to complain to such and such about you. Don't tell them that. Just do it, Yeah, listeners, like, come on. Exactly like this. Need to see where the next document is. – Alright, so I've thought of a stopping point for this stream. Not yet though, but I was looking at where the next document was from where I am now versus what events were happening in the game, and I've decided to cut it off at a certain event in the game before the next document. Okay, so I was wrong about something I said earlier. Earlier I said that if there's a prompt that appears in front of a door when you're near it to tell you that you can open it, it means that you can open it. If you don't have that message pop up, it means that you can't open it. Well, this door here proves that you can still open it even though it doesn't pop up the message telling you that you can open it. Lucinda, tomorrow after you finish this, you're jumping right into the hard difficulty playthrough. I think what I might do is the Whistleblower DLC as well, just for this first run through. That way I can get it in the playthrough overall, and then I'll jump into the other one. But I won't do the DLC for that playthrough as well, because it's going to take long enough to get through the main game on the hardest difficulty, let alone also include doing it on that mode in the Whistleblower DLC. Yeah, yes, I was umming and ahhing about it, and I'm like, well, even if I don't know when the DLC came out. It might have come out in 2014, but even if it didn't come out until 2014, I'm still going to include it as part of celebrating the 10th anniversary. Lotus, in horror games, you hate being helpless like this asshole with the camcorder. Yeah, that's definitely a predicament that you're in for the whole game. Give your fucking gun and let's rip the shreds. Rip and tear until it is done. Listen, you got through most of Outlast you think, but you never finished it. Yeah, I can't remember where you got up to in that playthrough as well. Do you remember where you got up to? Lighters, fuck that naked large flat blob called pig. You don't want Rick Traeger running after you, especially because he's naked.
I'm not giving up on you!
Death of Traeger. How to make Traeger juice. Step 1. Squeeze. Why does he's horny for blood? Listen, one of the last things you remember is getting a key that falls from some laundry chute. You do know you continued playing after that part, but was frustrated, so you don't have recollection of what happened afterwards. You think you got to see the twins again. Oh, yeah. Because the twins that you see them a couple of times. You see them once, and they're not threatening, but they are threatening you. But you can't get hurt by them. They're behind a gate. The second time you come across them is when they can actually hurt you, and then there's another one later as well. Hey there, Bray. How's things going? Indeed, Lidus. Fatality. Listen to rip Traeger literally in half. Indeed. That is what happened to him. Lidus, you expected him to get cut in half. Separate him. Lidus, thank you so much for redeeming the random horror movie quote. Alright, so I've got a random horror movie quote. No, no, no. We're very professional here. 1408 gets a light turn once a month. I supervise, the maids work in pairs. We treat the room as if it's a chamber filled with poisonous gas. We only stay 10 minutes, and I insist the door remain open. But still, a few years ago, a young maid from El Salvador found herself locked in the bathroom. She was only there for a few moments, but when we pulled her out, she was dead. No, blind. She had taken a pair of scissors and gouged her eyes out. She was laughing hysterically. That's from the movie 1408, which is a adaptation of Stephen King's short novel by the same name, or short story. It was in a collection of novels. It was in a novel that was a collection of short stories called Everything's Eventual, and they turned it into a movie with Samuel L. Jackson and John Cusack in it. Thanks for redeeming that, Lidus. You got 457.3 thousand points. You don't know what to do with them. Yeah, I should come up with a really expensive channel point reward during Horror Month for one of the games that I'm streaming. And this is where I'm going to end the stream of Outlast. Also, I don't want to get too far into the game because it'll mean more that I have to actually redo. Because what I'm going to have to do is start the game from scratch off stream and get the documents again that I've already gotten, but also get the one that I missed. And then once I get back up to this point where I've just stopped now, offline, that's where I'll resume the stream. And I'll cover the document at the start of that stream and read it, the one that I've missed. But I just want to thank everyone so much for watching the stream. We're going to go and raid out 2 Crocodiles, who's playing some GTA 5. I hope that everyone has a good one. The next stream that you'll see from me will be this again, and I'll be continuing on the playthrough. Just want to give some shout outs before we go and raid out. Would like to highly recommend people check out Dr. Ronnie, who's doing a playthrough of Assassin's Creed Valhalla. He's actually a doctor and scientist in real life. He works in the field of regenerative medicine, so working on cures for things like Parkinson's and MS. He's also a writer as well, and when he streams, he actually streams while wearing a hat, and he changes what hat he's wearing depending on what type of game. He's actually got a chainmail headpiece that he's actually gotten to wear while playing Assassin's Creed Valhalla, for example. He's also a fan of games like Red Dead Redemption 1 and 2 as well. Lucinda is doing a big, massive Resident Evil marathon over on her channel. She's starting with Resident Evil 1 Remake. She's going through the game with one run first and getting familiar with a lot of the stuff again and preparing for playing the game on the harder difficulty and playing through on that for the first time. Also playing through a lot of other Resident Evil games as part of that marathon. Is also playing through the Assassin's Creed series, is taking a break from that though during October, but when she resumes those again, the next Assassin's Creed game that she'll be doing is Assassin's Creed Origins. Amateur Tech is playing a lot of Tomb Raider. He's currently on to Tomb Raider 3, which is celebrating its 25th anniversary. He's also going to be playing through all the other games in the series, at least the main ones, including the reboot trilogy as well. Highly recommend Shillerlock as well. He's playing some Dark Pictures anthology House of Ashes, and he's also a fan of the other games in the series. He'll be doing that, and he's also most recently finished a playthrough of GTA 5, and he's also a fan of Assassin's Creed as well, doing streams of those games too. Lightus does a lot of retro stuff. He's a big fan of fighting game franchises, so you'll see him stream the likes of Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter, Tekken, as well as Streets of Rage. But he's also a horror fan too, and he's a fan of Resident Evil. Mr. Gote is playing through Resident Evil 4 Remake. He's also a big fan of horror stuff. He's a fan of the Outlast games, as well as the games by Supermassive, which include the Dark Pictures series, as well as games like Until Dawn and The Quarry as well. So highly recommend checking out all those streamers if you haven't before. Listen, that's absolutely no trouble at all for the stream, or for the shout out either. That's no trouble at all. That's okay, Brutus. No worries at all for the stream. Definitely catch you next time. That's okay, Schiller. No worries at all for the shout out. More than happy to give you one as well. Hopefully everyone has a good day or night, whichever the case may be. We're going to go and raid Crocodiles, see how he's doing with GTA 5. There's a general raid message that people can feel free to use. Here's a raid message with some free follower emotes as well. And here's a message too with some subscriber emotes as well. The next stream you'll see from me will be this again. Kick off the raid. There's the current schedule for what horror games I'm doing. There's the actual schedule, including the horror stuff, but also Assassin's Creed Black Flag on Saturdays, doing my Assassin Focus playthrough. I finished the main game, so I'll be doing Freedom Cry as part of that phase. And on Sunday, I'm continuing my playthrough of Tomb Raider 3 to celebrate its 25th anniversary as well. Thanks again for watching, everyone. Hope you all have a good one. Until next time.